Can you wish on this kind of shooting star?
I don't even know what to wish for. What about you?
Bellamy, can you hear me? You're alive.
How do you go on after you lose everything?
You take a breath, then another. That's it. I'd never get over the pain, but I did. How? By recognizing it for what it is. Weakness. What is? Love. It's impressive.
So surviving alone. How'd you do it?
Well, I wasn't alone. Do you think they'll come back to you? God, this would be so much easier if I knew you were alive. If I knew I was gonna see you again.
Do anything for her. For Dad. Really? Want to trust that guy with your life?
No. You'll be covering us the entire time. And I trust you. I need you. I need you.
You need me. You let me. You let everyone. We gotta run. I can't!
I'll give it to you. You're forgiven, okay? Get the hell out of here! Now you care about them. I always cared. I can't understand. Forget it. It's too dangerous.
I don't take orders from you. I'm gonna need a better reason.
I can't lose you too. Okay?
I always like to respect everything from one person. You do. Me. You just have to be. I was so angry at you for leaving. I don't want to feel that way anymore.
I'm sorry for leaving. You should go.
Thought you made it that time. And I would get myself killed.
I was being the lead. Love is weakness.
ConAgeddon, Eliza and Bob Morley. Your microphones are there, go ahead and turn them on. And y'all, it is your panel. They're here to answer questions and talk. I'm out.
Hey guys, thanks for coming, first of all. I know it's been a long wait for this to happen. Not this panel, but ConAgeddon in general. So thank you for sticking with us. And yeah, feel free to jump up and actually, please jump up and ask us a question. Otherwise,
Yeah, it's just gonna be us chatting.
just stuff like, yeah.
That was cool. I haven't been able to watch any of these before the panel, and they're so awesome.
Yeah.
That was, we hugged a lot.
A lot of hugging.
A lot of
Yeah.
hugging. Yeah.
Well,
It's nice. Nice to watch.
tension going on there.
A lot of tension.
Yeah. But please don't be shy. Like, seriously, ask us some questions. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, do you reckon my mum fed the dogs? Kind of stuff. You know?
I'm gonna be a little taller for me, but how has your guys' weekend been?
Oh, it's been so good.
It's been surreal, yeah. I
Yeah.
honestly didn't think that I would even get here on time.
There were so many variables, but we...
Yeah. And like, just putting the weekend together, like, you know, over the years, people being available, not being available, COVID restrictions and whatnot, like, for all of us to actually be here this weekend, yeah, like I said, it's surreal and like really surprising, but I'm really grateful.
I know, I've had so many people come up to me going like, I can't believe this is real.
Yeah.
And it's awesome, and I think everyone just really needed to let their hair down. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
between
how was
drinks,
last
so-
night? You guys all okay today?
How are we feeling?
We were responsible parents and we left
We
early.
did.
Yeah.
We Irish goodbye. But it was a blast last night. It was great energy.
Yeah. Fun. Hey, party.
Hey, party. Everybody, DJ party.
Right
I think
here.
it deserves a round of applause. We love ya.
Hi guys. And it really is just surreal to see you guys up there. When I rewatch the show again, I'm gonna have like a whole different perspective watching it, because like I met you guys. My question is, you know, season 1, when he catches you when you fall in the trap, how was that scene shot, and can you like explain it?
Oh my gosh.
I remember it being really hot.
Yeah.
I remember Devon
He had to be
had to
taped
be
to
taken
the
up
tree.
that tree and
For, like all day.
yeah, all day. Like so it was pretty
Yeah.
rough on him.
It was.
And yeah, boy did he let us know.
Yeah, he really did. I was like, you guys having a fun moment down there?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, I remember there was this whole thing about will he drop her, won't he? And then it was kind of funny. It was like, what was it, Eli and then Tom, and like it was like this big group hug, and they were all pulling me back. I remember that because like I was holding you and I wasn't strong enough to pull you all the way up.
Yeah.
And then they had to hug me.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember it being very hot,
Yeah.
and it was around the same time. And so we did that scene, right? And is that when Panther comes out? The Panther?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we did too. We
And-
need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
We do.
And the Panther comes out, and I was like, I wonder how they're going to do that. And this is how they did it. They had a bodyboard with a piece of string sliding through the grass,
Yes.
and then fired an air cannon in my face. So, yeah, you can imagine how terrifying that was. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I can't remember how I was.
Oh, I remember you kind of, and didn't you have to track along? And did you? Who shot? Did you shoot Panther Bear?
Panther Bear. That's what we call panda sometimes. Did I?
Eli.
No.
Eli
That's
did.
right. That's right.
I remember there being a whole thing about the eye line and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, but I meant how was I being held? Was I just standing on a little stool?
Most likely, yeah.
Just in the hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think we knew that was going to be such a big moment
No.
until after it came
No,
out.
because like initially, it was supposed to be a love triangle between Wells, Finn, and Clarke.
Right.
Bellamy wasn't
A part of
supposed to be
that.
part of that
Yeah.
at all.
But then
But then, yeah.
people saw fireworks.
Thank you.
No, sorry, we kind of went on and on.
All right, hi guys. Just wanted to say thank you so much for not giving up on this event. To everyone involved, like it obviously means a lot to so many people. So thank you for making it happen. And my question is, what is my question? Oh, okay. So at our meet and greet earlier, we got a very nice recitation of a book that you read, Henry. So, what is your favorite? What are your favorite songs to sing to him?
We sing a lot of the songs we sing were songs that my grandmother and my mum sang to me when I was a baby, and now Bob knows them all.
Yeah, as much as I didn't want to know them.
Yeah,
now I know.
he knows them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're kind of, yeah, I mean, there's like, Daisy, Daisy,
Yeah.
give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. He came up with a different version.
Anyway, I won't sing that one.
No.
And the other song, there's another song that I sing because I know it takes about 3 minutes, and that's kind of like the window. Once he shuts his eyes, it's like between 3 to 7 minutes. It used to be the window.
You can transfer him to the cot, yeah.
And it's that "Go to Sleep, My Little Baby." You know.
Go to sleep, my little baby.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's so cute when he sings it.
So I sing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
then I know.
Grammy goes to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Momita here. So first of all, I want to say you guys broke the internet in June 2019. I think most of the Belarkers will never forget the moment when you guys posted the posts.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that. So I have like 5 rapid fire questions. All
Okay.
right. Who is the better cook among you, between you?
Eliza.
What? I didn't
Who
even
is
hear the question.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
me?
Yes.
Oh.
Come on.
Me? What?
But Bob makes the best steak
Right.
in the whole world, and he makes amazing bread, which I cannot do, and he makes incredible pasta as well, all from scratch. So, I don't know.
All right. Who wins the TV remote race? Like, as in, who chooses?
Oh, it's more like who can find it.
We will scroll and scroll.
Oh, in terms of like finding a show, you don't want to have the remote. Basically, I don't know if you're in that situation where you're like, if you find something, I'm going to be on my phone type situation.
Yeah.
And then you're like, have you found something yet? And then it's, so you
And then
know,
we trade.
like maybe, back in the day when, it was free to air and you could pick your show, now there's just too many options.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, no one wants the remote anymore.
No.
And then you roll over and you accidentally turn on Apple TV and you're like, oh crap. Yeah.
All right. Name one habit of your spouse which you admire the most. Like what?
Habit?
Yeah. Admire. Any habit.
I really.
Oh, I think you're really good at cleaning. Like, I like how clean things are. I like that you like to have a clean kitchen. That's a habit that I wish I had. So it came out so bad. You're really good at cleaning?
I know, I was going to be like, well, I really admire that you write and journal every morning. And you're like, cleaning!
Yeah.
But I do admire that. I think it's such a wonderful sort of discipline that he has that it kind of sets the tone for his whole day, and he puts in that work for his mental health. And yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it, but I'm not as good as him. I forget some mornings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I have to do it.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with you, like, when I talk about cleaning, it's like, when you are cleaning or folding laundry, I'm like, there's usually something wrong. And I have to be like, you okay?
Oh yeah, sometimes I clean to deal with whatever's going on in my head or anxiety. I just get a sponge and start like scrubbing things. So he's like, are you okay? Do we need to talk? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'll be good after this. It's just how I process things.
Yeah. I don't know, but I wouldn't like say habit or anything like that. There's like so many other things I admire. It's bigger than a habit. Yeah.
All right. Name one habit of your spouse that irritates you the most.
Honestly,
We've talked about this and we tried to, remember we tried to figure it out. Like you said to me not that long ago, is there anything I do that annoys you? And I was like, not that I can think of.
Yeah.
And you said the same. You're like,
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything.
Really?
He's my best friend. Like we love hanging out together, so we don't really.
Yeah, and I like it's
get
not
fussy about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of.
I know that doesn't
I know,
sound
like,
real,
you
but
know,
it's true.
There's not much point getting upset over tiny things as well.
Yeah.
No, it's like not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Like if I'm upset over a tiny thing, it usually means I'm upset about something completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's none of that.
Nah.
Yeah.
And lastly, who do you think will be the cooler parent, and who do you think will be the stricter parent when Henry grows up? Who do you think will be?
I think Bob is kind of both. Like he's better at being, strict, but like I mean, not like strict, like crazy strict, but you're like you're kind of more like he will figure this out. We can leave him alone. Like I just tend to coddle too much, so he's really good at being like, no, he's he's gonna be okay.
and just letting him figure stuff out on his own. And he's right. He's always right. Like he's a smart little bean. And then you're also just. I just think you're cooler than me. So.
Yeah, I have to agree with Eliza. Seriously.
All right, thank you so much for those detailed answers to the rapid fire.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ian.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Eliza. I have speech for you guys.
Okay.
I wanted to say thank you for doing this show. I had a great time. I can't believe I can't believe I got to meet my favorite actor. I hope you do this again. And with Octavia and Murphy, I come and maybe meet again.
So I have a trivia question for you guys about the show.
Oh boy.
Okay.
According to IMDb, what is the highest rated episode of the series?
Oh, I would have to think it's like the Conclave or something like that, or like some lesser one.
Yeah. Yep. Can you
give us a
hint?
Hint.
A season.
Give us an episode.
I wanna try it. Yeah.
It is a season finale.
Oh.
There's so many different numbers going on.
5.
Season 5.
5's my favorite.
Season 5 finale is correct.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
There you go.
The content episode is in the top 5 though.
That is my favorite
Yeah.
finale.
Season 5?
I loved it. I loved it so much.
You mean end of book 1?
Hi. I was wondering if there's any
have
like funny bloopers or funny moments that happen behind the scenes of the new like horror movie that you guys just filmed.
Oh, from the horror
Oh.
film?
Yeah.
God. I was like 7 months pregnant when we shot that.
It was, yeah. Like, I don't know if there was like fun moments. I was very much like in protective partner mode. I mean, like, she needs to finish like now.
This is my wife and
my
my unborn child.
Yeah. I did pull one of those one day
He
when
did.
they were taking liberties.
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to work me overtime and Bob
No,
was
it was
just
not
like,
happening.
no. And I was like, look at that. Look what he does for me.
Because I knew you wouldn't say
I would
anything.
never say anything.
And I was just like, this is not on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it was a weird experience because it's, I usually try to just do whatever, is required of me and to really go for it, just as a general rule. But when you are trying to grow a baby inside you, it's like you kind of have to learn to say no. And so that was really challenging on that film, just being like, I'm not gonna do that. Or like my stunt double can just take care of that, or
Yeah, and I imagine that must have been weird for
was
you,
strange.
who you love to commit to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
And just kind of
Really
take a step back.
But we had we had some funny moments. It was funny playing, because in the film, we're a very happy married couple, but in the film we play, it's just like dysfunction junction. And that was funny, I think, just because we just had to really basically have no chemistry and hate each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was hard.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird one, wasn't it? It was. Yeah. But not many funny moments on the outside of that.
No.
I mean, we had fun, going around and then checking out Atlanta and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we also, in our little green room, once we found the Rubik's Cube.
Oh yeah, the Rubik's Cube down there. Yeah, it was quite fun.
I think I posted that online at one point.
You did?
Yeah.
And I went to TJ Maxx for the first time in Atlanta.
He
Oh my
loves
God.
TJ Maxx now. He tells everyone about it.
No, but this is the great, yeah.
TJ Maxx? Yeah.
But the funny thing is like, I think Australians love TJ Maxx, because I ran into like 4 different times.
Every time
I've gone there, I've run into an Australian. They're like, oh my god, TJ Maxx is so great.
See how cheap this jacket is? It's Calvin Klein.
You don't get that in Australia. But yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so for Bob, I know you are currently, well, not currently, but technically in Australia filming, which again, thank you so much for making it to this. But I was just wondering if and when Eliza and Henry probably, and the dogs I assume, will be joining you in Australia?
Yeah, well, we are like imminently. Yeah, we will be there. But we're not joining Bob because he'll be filming in a different state.
State.
Yeah, so we're in Melbourne, he'll be in Brisbane.
Which is in Queensland, so north and south.
Yeah, but you know, we'll
at least same continent.
Same continent, same time zone.
Yeah, same time zone is handy.
Yeah, we're gonna come visit.
Yeah, and I
holiday.
Yeah, you've got to do that flight with Henry first and
Yeah.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good question. When are you coming up to see me?
Talk about it later.
I hate it. This is what I hate. This is the habit I hate.
Hi.
Hey.
I was just wondering what you could tell me about like the costuming process for a show like The 100, and I guess if you have any input. I know you said in your panel, I think that like you asked to keep the same jacket over
Yeah.
like a couple seasons.
Yeah, so our costume department was massive. Like, it would easily fill this entire room, just rows and rows of clothes, because, you know, you have, especially when there was the 13 clans, every one of them had a different style. And, like, yeah, the wardrobe department was just working, like, 24/7.
It was amazing.
All the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, they had a massive task ahead of them, and, like, they did an incredible job. But yeah, for me and my character, I definitely was just like, I want to keep the same jacket and just kind of add to that. And I guess the input that we would have, or what I would have, I don't know about you, but I would always be like, okay, so like long sleeve, nice jacket, thinking about winter in Vancouver, going, I'm going to be outside the whole time. So you just deal with it in summer, like they usually put ice packs in your jacket or something. But yeah, like thinking practically was like super important, because some things can look cool, but it can be really terrible. Like gumboots in snow, horrible. Like you freeze.
You freeze. Yeah, like hazmat suits in the snow.
Yeah.
Not fun. I learned that about rubber doing that show. That it actually like brings in the cold, or it just locks in the cold, or something like that.
Releases the heat out.
Yeah,
whatever.
it was bad.
Basically not good.
Yeah. But with my costume, I never really gave any input, and sometimes I look back and I go, oh, I wish that because that season 1 jacket was so iconic, I wish that there was a way that we could have like incorporated that into the last season a little bit more, like a sort of full circle moment. We did talk about it actually, and then it didn't come to fruition. And I also wanted her to kind of like, we talked about a bit of time passing, so that her hair could have grown a little bit, and then just back in the old Clarke look for that last little bit, but the script changed a bit, and that wasn't really possible. But I just have to give so much props to the wardrobe department of that show. I've never seen people work so hard, and in such a creative way. They had like this full breakdown room. It was called the breakdown room, where they would just get these beautiful, expensive clothes and then take knives and shit to them and just like tear them apart and cover them in paint and cover them in, and they would layer things so beautifully with all different kinds of materials just to get this really authentic, raw looking stuff that we hadn't seen before, and it was just that there was no limit to their creativity.
But even on top of that, with those guys, they had to work in tandem with props, knowing where the swords go and where we'd hold these certain things and how bags would sit on our clothes and sound. Like that, our art department, our props department, our hair and makeup and wardrobe, they're all top notch. Like, and like just worked tirelessly. Like our crew on that show were just such beasts, you know, and
Yeah, it was a hard slog, you know, like it was kind of notorious, I think, in Vancouver for being like one of the hardest shows to do. And you know, it really was. It was super rewarding, but it was like it was tough out there, and everyone just did it with a smile on their face, and it was an amazing sense of camaraderie and you know, togetherness. It was really cool, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Bit of a random question. If you had to do a 40-minute presentation without preparation, what would you talk about?
With what preparation?
Without preparation. No preparation.
Oh, I could give you a 3-hour seminar on mental health.
That's true. That's true. I think, yeah, I've seen you talk about it for 3 hours. It's really fascinating though. He's learned so much. It's like, it's incredible. I don't know what I would do.
It's only 40 minutes.
40 minutes. New girl.
Great answer.
What about you, Teresa?
Okay. Yeah, so I've asked this question several times. It's an icebreaker question I used with my students, just to see like what kind of things they're interested in. I would do Pride and Prejudice movie reboot from like the 2005 one and how I would do it better.
Ah, I love that. They could have done that better. You're right.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Hi.
Hi.
So, do you have any memories that stand out from being on set, or like any favorite memories from being on set?
It's quite interesting when you have some memories, but then like watching something like that, they all kind of come back. Like, we were actually chatting about it, like, you know, having a season 1 rewatch at some point. But yeah, there's just so many. Like, even just seeing these guys here at the convention, like Jared and Zach and, you know, Tom and Chris, Louisa, like there's just so many kind of like running jokes that we had years ago that like are still there, which probably aren't appropriate for this forum. But yeah, I mean, I don't like. Was there a particular set that you loved walking into and going, yeah?
The GVRD. I
Yeah,
think all my
forest.
best memories were just getting to work in nature every day was like, I mean, it was freezing and sometimes it was pouring rain and there were some miserable moments, but it was just like, it made you immediately kind of get into character. And also there was no reception up there. No one could be on their phones, which on a movie set now, that's all people are doing in their downtime is they're glued to their phones, which is kind of just, you know, society now. But it was like, it was such a, it was refreshing to be like, oh, I can't look at this. So we just had so many amazing conversations and hours of downtime where we would just be overlooking this incredible forest vista and really talking and getting to know each other. And, yeah, some of the best conversations happened up there.
One memory that I think was really disgusting though was when we all got like infected and were vomiting in season 1. And everyone was just like, even like all the extras and everyone was like gagging and stuff like in that drop ship. And that was a pretty small set.
It was a lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
It was really gross. Was that the biological warfare one? Richard Harmon's like nails that had been like killed off.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so gross. Yeah, there's some gross stuff.
So when you rewatch the show, like what's your favorite ship?
We haven't rewatched it yet.
But I mean, my favourite is just Monty and Harper.
Yeah.
I mean, Maury and Murphy, sure, but to me, it's like Monty and Harper are just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I just love them. They were the best, like, you know, the most, like the least tainted out of all the characters, you know.
Yeah, they were sweeties.
They were.
What about ships that were just like created by fans that didn't actually come to fruition? Like Minty? Miller and Monty. See, this is what I'm here to find out. Okay. Ooh, I didn't know about that one. Is that like that's a thing? Ooh.
Because of that one scene in the Rover where they were going and they were just sitting side by side. I can't remember what was said, but anyway,
yeah.
They looked at each other and it was kind of like a link to that, and then Bob was sitting across from him laughing. I don't know. But
Oh.
And that was the moment.
Yeah.
Huh.
Right.
Wow. And then someone said. Clarke and Anya. Yeah. I would like to have seen that. Raven and Gina.
Gina was real.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, Chiku, the dreamboat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bellamy and Roman.
Oh, love that. I don't know how that would have gone.
Oh, imagine it. Thank you. Sorry.
So many that I didn't know about. This is awesome. All right. Hi, Sunny.
So, if your dogs could talk, how would they sound like and what would they say?
Bowie and Panda could talk. Is that right?
Yeah. What would they sound like and how would they sound like?
Look, Bowie, we don't do their voices or anything.
Don't.
But Bowie is, he's always, it's called Mugman, like he's always on security.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's always watching the front, watching the shadows, watching the squirrels. He's busy, all right?
Loves the squirrels.
Yeah.
Loves to hate them.
Everything has to be time efficient and he needs to be there yesterday, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
He's
that's...
a busy boy.
He
Yeah.
Mr. Stinks.
Yeah, Mr. Stinks.
He stinks a lot.
Yeah.
And Panda, she's just ball.
Everything's ball.
Everything's ball. Anything's
Everything.
an opportunity to...
For a ball. Tennis ball. That's it.
That's it, yeah. Right.
So we just, if we ever impersonate her, it's just, how are you, Panda? Ball.
Oh, that's right. She likes to say, you have to pay the piper.
Oh yeah, you have to pay the piper. So she'll come and give us a cuddle sometimes, but what she's really saying is, if I do this for you for 5 minutes, you have to throw the ball for the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
You have to pay the piper.
Anytime she's cuddling, one of us will like, oh, we're going to have to pay.
We're going to have to pay.
This doesn't come cheap.
It does not.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Oh, I miss them.
I know. Cool.
So I have a question about the show, and
Which
for the last
What
part of
show?
the season. I don't know. So I'm hoping that maybe you got some insight from the writers, that maybe you can explain it to us. If Amori died but came back to live on the beach with you because she was in John's mind, why were Bellamy and Lex...
Don't get me started.
Don't get us started. Why did Bellamy and Lexa not be able to come back? Because they were in Clarke and Maddie and everybody else's minds.
It was also like, because I did that episode where they went inside, I had the conversation with Maddie and Shade Hedder, and I was like, well, if all the headers were there, then you should have been there.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, I was like...
And my other question is, they spent 2 seasons building Maddie up to be this great warrior, and then the last season she couldn't lift the candle. But like she could barely flip her hair, but yet they took the flame out of Clarke, and Clarke killed 900 people. So
Was it 900?
no, I think it was 870. But
Thank you.
yeah.
So because I haven't seen it, so Maury comes back because
She was living in John's head.
She was living in John's head.
Yes.
Rent free. That's everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
So I thought maybe you guys might have had insight from the writers to explain the terrible writing.
Wow, there was...
No, it was great up until season 7.
Yeah, there was, we...
Tell me I'm wrong.
I feel like there was an explanation for that, because I asked the same question.
Okay.
But I don't remember the answer.
It was probably like, look, Alicia's unavailable, Bob's unavailable. That is your answer.
But Alicia was on the beach, so she could have been there. Alicia was on the beach, so there's no reason Lexa couldn't have been back. And
Well, I guess then your answer is that Lexa didn't live inside Clark's head.
She did. She was
no, but
ahead of us.
she had erased her.
She was ahead of us, so she was in Clark's head.
Look, the thing is, I haven't seen it, so I'm just guessing with you guys.
Don't watch season 7. It ended at the end of book 1, trust me.
Oh, book 1.
I haven't read book 2, so.
So my other question is, now that you guys aren't under contract, did you guys think season 7's writing was as crazy as we did?
There were a lot of things, I mean, I've been very honest about this. There are a lot of things in season 7 that I was like, well, I don't get it. I really didn't.
I think they forgot you were the lead of the show.
There was also a lot of like things that were planned that didn't like that.
Well, because I took time off. It wasn't like they knew that I was going to take time off.
Yeah, but
So
that doesn't mean that Eliza's not the lead of the show.
Oh, look,
Like,
hey.
You did like, what, 3 episodes in the whole season? And you could have done more than one. Like, yeah, we would just, yeah. I have a theory that Jason was trying to I think Jason was trying to destroy the show because the fans went after him when Lexa and Lincoln and Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, look, you know, I'm trying to stay politically correct.
Yeah.
I'm really trying.
I'm actually working for Warner Brothers at the moment, so.
Oh, okay, so you can't say anything, okay.
But no, yeah, there were some things that I would have changed for sure. Yeah, but you know, I was saying this earlier. I actually met some people recently who really liked the ending. And I didn't hear that. I haven't heard that very often. But it was quite nice. I'm glad that it made some people happy.
I just wanted to see Clarke happy. That's all I wanted.
You know what? In my mind, she's just drinking on the beach. You know, she's, yeah. Which I actually got to depict
Is somebody making you moonshine? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think that Murphy would have gotten that back up and running. The moonshine.
Yeah. Murphy was running the moonshine?
Well, I mean, who else would there be?
Monty was always cooking it up too.
Yeah, but he's not around on the beach.
Yeah, but he really magicked out of someone's head. That's what I'm learning. I don't know.
He's having a Chelsea moment when she found out that he died.
Oh, yeah. I know, we need to catch you up as well.
What?
To the end of the show, clearly.
Yeah, Chelsea had a meltdown when she found out you died.
Yeah, she did. She
didn't know.
She had no idea. She was like, Bellamy died?
But then she found out how and really melted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a video of that?
I'm sure someone does.
Someone does.
Heavens.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No bullets dodged there.
That's a live stream, right?
Right?
Cool.
I actually have 2 questions, if that's okay with you.
Oh, yeah.
The first one being, did you guys take anything home from set?
Yes. All of the jackets, including his. And I also, well, basically on the very last day, COVID had hit. Everything was a mess. We were trying to get this thing shot before we were shut down. The props guy just was like, come into the props closet, which I'd never been in before. And there was stuff from like season 1 there, so, and well, from all the seasons. But it was just this treasure trove. So like I found the little deer that Finn made Clarke in season 1. And I got 2 of those. There were a couple. I also got the Mount Weather sign. Yeah. And yeah, all the jackets. And I think that's it. But there was so much stuff in there, I would have taken more, but I felt bad. I thought I might get in trouble.
And the second one being, what are your favorite blooper scenes?
From like the blooper reels?
Or ones that never ended up in the blooper reels, either.
I mean, my favorite, I think, did make it into the blooper reel, or at least one version of it. I don't know if it was the one that went out, but it was, what was the guy who fell asleep in the middle of... Ty Olsen.
Wait, Nico?
Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had to just be, like, dying on a table for, like, 14 hours or something. And he naturally fell asleep halfway through the scene and was snoring so loudly. And Paige had to be like, you know, delivering this very serious scene, and she just could not keep it together. Nobody at that was standing around and could keep it together. It was so funny. Did that make it into any of?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Because there's only been a few blooper reels.
Yeah, they stopped doing them. Do you know what? Season 6, I had so much fun, and I made like.
Yeah, you did actually, because you were Josephine.
I loosened up a bit because I was Josephine,
Yeah.
and there were some great bloopers, but they didn't make.
Oh yeah, that was that. Remember that scene? The episode Marshall directed, and you transfer between Josephine and Clarke.
Yes.
We're in the cave, and
cave,
she knocks out the guy, and she runs out, and Bellamy's kind of left there, chained up. And at the end where I was like, like crossing my eyes and doing like, Marshall's like, you're not going to do it like that, are you? I was like, we'll see. And I gave him one like that, because you ran off and then I'm just left there. I'm like,
typical.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
A few people have said something like this, but just to echo what some people have said, Bob, you had said, you know, you thanked us for sticking with this. Thank you for sticking with this. So, I was going to ask a little bit of a harder question, but I actually just want to throw a complete softball one at you. What do you love about TJ Maxx?
Everything.
The prices, the bargains.
Is that it? It's just cheap? I've never been in TJ Maxx. So.
Oh, what?
But if you want last season's look for a cheap price, that's your place.
Dude, I'm in like 1997's look for a cheap price.
Oh, right, yeah. Get in there now.
It's just great. There's so many great deals. Yeah, you'll really enjoy it.
Deals and sizes that won't fit you.
But it's cheap, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm wondering, are we ever going to get a YouTube channel of A Bitch Can Bake, Cooking with the Morleys, or Bob the Bread Maker?
We have a child now.
The bread baking might be funny if I just did a live stream of it just rising. 24 hours inside my cupboard.
Yeah, if that's
and then half an hour of me just folding and then putting it back in.
I mean, you could also wear Henry and like a baby Bjorn while it bakes.
That's true.
The Bjornos has been banned.
We call it the Bjornos.
The sleep specialist has been like, put the brakes on that thing.
Yeah, we haven't, although I use it on the
You've
plane.
been using it?
Yeah.
Been
No, I
using it,
haven't been
maybe?
using it. No, he's doing sleep training right now, so our sleep specialist was like, you know, you can't let him fall asleep in that anymore because he'll want it all the time, so. Yeah, it's been put on hold, but I'm sure that it would be allowed for baking.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I don't have any plans to start a YouTube channel.
Well, we would love that.
Well, think about it. You know, I love my baking. I haven't done it.
I've been waiting on a new recipe for a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I have not picked up a.
You're baking this little man for 9 months.
I was baking a child. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So first I wanted to say I think a lot more people like the ending than, you think. There are quite a few, couple thousand, that liked it more.
That's not nothing.
Probably more. My second question is it hard to sometimes hide your accent?
It can be.
Or like, did you ever have to redo scenes because you were talking with them?
There was one scene where I sound so Australian, but it was when I said scenario, and like I think in America they like, and it's like saying either or either. Like it kind of goes. Some people say it one way and some people say it another. And so scenario, I was asking which one should I do, and they were like, oh, scenario is fine. And then when I watched it back, I was like, holy crap, that just sounds Australian to me. But yeah, and so like there are times where, after 7 years, you're kind of like, yeah, I can do Bellamy. Doesn't necessarily mean, like I can do Bellamy's accent, not necessarily an American accent. Like there are different things, like Bellamy's accent isn't like anywhere close to my American accent.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying, we were struggling to even do Bellamy and Clarke.
This morning.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I can do it anymore.
Yeah. Although I lost my voice from the party, so I was much closer to Clarke than I had been in a long time.
Yeah. Unity days.
Yeah, Unity Days, I was going to say that. We could not say it.
Yeah.
That was so frustrating on that day.
Yeah.
It was just like...
There are certain phrases that can be tricky, but
yeah.
As a whole, not really. And it was like, I felt like it was the Canadians that got more notes on their American accent because they would say things slightly differently.
Yeah, and that's hard because they're very similar,
Yeah.
but there are just those like those little differences that they had to nail.
Yeah.
But that would be like us trying to do a Kiwi accent, and we would get it completely wrong.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey.
I was wondering, if you go all the way back to season 1 and just like forget everything else that happened, what would have been your dream ending for your character?
7 seasons. I mean, when I started, I was like, if this goes to 7 seasons that we're all contracted for, I'm going to be 35 when we finish. And it just seemed totally like unfeasible that would happen, you know? Inconceivable, and then it did. But for my character, I don't know. I knew that Bellamy, when you play a bad guy on a long-running series, sooner or later they're going to turn good, and I wanted him to stay bad for as long as he could. So that was kind of my goal, and I guess it worked out.
He wasn't bad that long.
I know.
He came to, people fell in love with him pretty quickly. You know.
Well.
I would have liked for Clarke to have found her person and to, you know, I mean, she found her person on multiple occasions and they all died. She killed most of them, you're right. Right.
That's so funny. I was like, I want my character to stay bad. And you're like, I want my character to fall in love. And
that's the difference between you and I. I just feel like she shouldn't have ended up alone. I mean, she was with friends, but I really would have liked for her to have been able to forgive herself, let go of the past, and to make way for her future. And she didn't, you know, maybe in whatever world that you guys imagine after the 100 finished, maybe she does find peace and happiness. But yeah, that's all I would have liked to have seen that on the screen.
Yeah.
You know?
When, from season 1, I never thought that the show, like the characters would carry around so much guilt and so much unresolved issues. You know, when we started the show, I didn't see it being that kind of heavy
so hard on
burden,
themselves. Like,
you know?
they've been through a lot. Just like...
So yeah, I like where the show, like where it started, and we were like Lord of the Flies down there running around, kind of like discovering new things. And yeah, like we made some mistakes, but then it just became like, what? Like they ended up having this kind of. They were so resilient and persistent, and would get up and do amazing things, but they were carrying around such baggage that I never saw that kind of happening in this, in that first season. And from that, I you know, as we all know, kind of carrying around unresolved things or not working through stuff in a healthy way, which they clearly didn't. You know, it was a lot to live in that world for 7 years. So I wish that there was a little bit more healthy dealing with their issues.
Yeah, and just really like accepting and letting go and not just being like, I'm so tortured inside, you know,
Yeah.
all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
So my question is in a similar sense to Bob's TJ Maxx question, but Eliza, I have to ask who your favorite Redraw character is, or like your favorite scene or season?
Okay, so my favorite, wow. I love Winston. I just think he's so random, and his character really, you know, I was listening to him Lamont talk on the podcast, and he was talking about how he really didn't know what Winston was, and then he just evolved into this hilariously strange, odd bird that no one could really place, and that's just, it was so great. I love his character. I'm rewatching it right now, so. My favorite episode is, oh my god, the one where Miller finds his magical best friend, the elderly Korean man, Tran. And it just like becomes such a, like for me, like one of the best things about the series is that relationship. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. So that episode, which I think is in season 2. Yeah. Anyway, I could talk about this all day.
Thank you.
For 40 minutes, exactly.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So in season 6, there's obviously a CPR scene, and there were rumors that there was a tent scene, a second tent after that. So can you remember like anything, if it was like written in the script or anything?
Oh, you read this script because you were direct.
Yeah, like so I had picked up my scripts for episode 11, and there was a second tent, and I was like, what's this second tent? I've never seen it. Like it was like, this is a new set, and it was a ghost of something that was supposed to happen in that episode, leading into my episode, which never eventuated. So there were some things that were going to be teed up for episode 11, and then they didn't happen.
Sex? I don't know. What is this? What else? What is supposed to happen in this tent?
I heard that it was going to be when Bellamy and Clarke got together.
Right.
Right. Romance.
That's what I figured. Bob came up to me, but like right before he was directing, and he was like, "It's happening," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "Our characters are getting together," and I was like, "Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's a bit nice."
I was like, yeah, cool.
Why not? I mean,
that's what I was told, and then I got the script and went,
oh,
it's not happening.
Yeah. So it didn't happen, but yeah, maybe that's what the tent was for. Ow.
Yeah, and so then I just had this extra tent in my episode and went, well, there's
Get
no
rid of
point
it.
in that. Let's get rid of it. So it's an extra day of shooting, so, you know.
It was a physical tent?
There was another tent, yeah, and I was just like, well, yeah, because it wasn't in the show, and all of a sudden there was like a tent outside of Gabriel's tent, and I was like, well, if nothing's happening in there, let's just bring it all into Gabriel's tent, because that will save us half a day of shooting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Woo. So I have a question kind of like along that vein of like things that like never kind of finished up and wrapped up like in terms of storylines. Like is there any conversations between Bellamy and Clarke that you wished had been concluded a little more, or like anything that had been developed more, or any situation that
There are so many, like, there was always so much going on. They never got a chance to have a full conversation, I feel like. I mean,
Yeah.
They were very rarely.
I mean, I remember, and this would happen to me all the time, and I was like, I can't remember, I was talking to Richard about it or something, and I asked one of the writers, I was like, which character has their lines cut off the most? Yeah. And it was Bellamy. And he's like, Clarke, I just need a... And I would be there on set going, what was he going to say? And they're like, oh, it could be this, it could be that. And I'm like, yeah, but I need to know so I know what I'm performing. Well, you know, it's like, we all know what you're trying to make him say, so just tell me that's what he's supposed to be saying.
So your character, out of all of them, had
Remember, like,
the most
Clarke, if I don't see you again, you're like, you will. You know?
I would always cut you off.
Clarke, but just let me try.
Firstly, I just want to thank you guys and all the cast and everybody that's put this together. As kind of like an outsider to the fandom, I haven't watched all the episodes. But being
I'm so sorry.
but being here and being able to sit through all these panels and meet you guys at parties and stuff, it's made me fall so much more in love with this show than I ever thought I would. So thank you.
That's
And then, my question, if you guys could recast your roles for the show, or like a reboot or anything, who would be your dream cast? Doesn't matter age, gender, race, anything, just who would you like to play your character?
Christopher Walken.
That's brilliant. Clarke! I'll be back! Thank you!
I'm going to have an answer that... Do you do a lot of accents?
Yeah, who else can you do? Who you got? I feel like you've got a Pacino in you, or a DeVito.
Walken's really like my best celebrity. I do.
Oh, you chose the right one.
I can do a bit more accents.
Oh!
I used to work in a grocery store when I had a lot of time on my hands. So I would sit there in the shelves and I would talk to myself. So a lot of customers would,
Maybe you should be playing Bellamy.
May we meet again.
That's it, goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'll play Bellamy, I'll play Clarke, I'll do it. I'll wear a wig.
Can you say I bear it so they don't have to?
I bear it so they don't have to.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's a question for Eliza. At 7:14, when you, Echo, and Octavia grouped together for a hug, well, I was appreciative of the bonding moment. I felt like, because they were bonding over his death, but I also felt like it was out of focus too because of the circumstances. Personally, I would have beaten the crap out of you.
Oh, when I killed Bellamy and then they hugged me? Yeah, that was very forgiving.
I would have thought that Echo and Octavia would beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That would make so much more sense for the storyline, regardless of the situation.
Well, yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. That was really, really, it was a very fast acceptance of the news. And a little bit odd for their characters, especially.
I imagine that Octavia would have been like, if anyone was going to kill my brother, it would be me.
Yeah, absolutely.
How dare you kill him?
Yeah. Yeah, it was super weird. But I think I remember playing it like, don't hurt me, and then they give me this big hug. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Evelyn.
Oh, is that 3 minutes? What's that? Oh, 3 o'clock! Oh, gosh, don't let us keep you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, and it was just so fun.